I'm not like I've paid for mentorship with some people. Like I've hired.
Who are your men? Who name drop? Who do people you use that you would name drop?
I've worked with Jesse Itzler, who is he founded Marquis Jet, Zico Water, and now owns the Atlanta Hawks.
Zico, the coconut
Sarah
water.
Blakely. Yeah,
yeah, okay.
Yeah. He was the one who looked at me when I was showing him like our growth. And he's like, "That's great. What's your goal? Not financially. What's your impact goal?" I told him, and he's like, "Well, what would the finances look like if that goal came true?" I was like, I can't even understand that. I don't know how to start understanding that. And he's like, "Well, let's do the math on what you wrote. Is that going to get, like, is it that?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Well, then you can stop doing that now because that's not going to get you where you want to go."
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. I never thought of it that way." So that was step one. I work with now a gentleman named Ken Andruko. His company is Level 5 Mentors. He now coaches me. He coaches our entire executive team one-on-one, and he meets with them in groups, and then he meets with me with them to mitigate whatever kind of little stuff is going on. He has been irreplaceable for me.
It's amazing how, like, I've had my guy now for a while. It's amazing when you find a guy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's kind of like your barber.
Yeah.
It's very similar to, like, that scenario.
Only the leverage on that is way better.
Yeah.
And Lacey Nelson.
Yeah.
She said to say hello to you, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Love Lace.
Lacey was really instrumental in helping me understand how to be a better leader.
How'd you guys connect? Just in the circuit of, like...
I saw something of hers, I think, and we just... Oh, you know what it was? She used to run the Iron and Mortar that we used to go to, and I had a chip on my shoulder about not being invited to speak.
No. As you should have.
So, and it wasn't just that. Like I have enough ego.
Yeah.
Right? Like we've talked about ego.
Yeah.
Anytime that there's a fitness event or a wellness event or whatever, and I'm not getting a phone call, I'm like, you'd have a better turnout next year if you send me a fucking mic. So, and that's fine. That's how I need to be, I think. So my goal is become worth inviting. Like, okay, they don't want to invite you right now because either they don't know who you are, you haven't said anything meaningful, you haven't said anything meaningful consistently enough for long enough, whatever. It's not on them, it's on me. And so I knew her, like, through that, she runs this thing. And she was saying interesting things, and I reached out, we started talking, and then I was like, I think I can use you. I think I could.
I'm really glad. I loved what Lace had to say because she would always speak at these events. The thing I think that always felt deaf, and I don't know if I ever told her this, so Lace, if you're listening to this, she was talking about leadership and HR, and you're talking to an industry, or at least the attendees of these things that we're talking might, maybe, possibly have one full-time person and a bunch of part-time people that do 2 to 3 classes a day. Mm-hmm. It is so hard for her to take that skill set and apply and give it to a gym owner who's going to apply it with one real person who's maybe full focus 20 hours a week and then a bunch of part-timers. Whereas an organization like this where you have a team meeting on a regular basis, I'm super glad because I feel that woman can do some awesome damage in a company.
She's crushing right now.
Yeah.